Mace Griffin, the High Council finds you guilty as charged.
Shh, shh, shh. We shouldn't be in the research center without security clearance. I'm telling you, I heard gunshots. They'll kill us if they find out. Come on, coward. Nikolai, the light. Stupid torch. There's nothing in this army work.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Today we bring you the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl and what looks to be a high-energy matchup. And let me tell you, it is still hot out here for tonight's game between the Texas Longhorns and the Hurricanes of Miami. And here come the Hurricanes. Hi, and welcome everyone to another great college football game brought to you by the fine folks at EA Sports. I'm Brad Nessler with Lee Corso and Kirk Herbstreit. If you compare these teams on paper, they really look to be pretty equal. Kirk, what do you think?
You're right, and that's why I think individual performances will be the difference. Miami has a guy at wide receiver that everybody's talking about, and for good reason. He's the strength of this offense, an offense that can really spread the ball around. Lee, watch for him to come up big in this one.
Not so fast, my friend. Wake up. Miami has some question marks on their defensive line. Uh-oh. Not good when you're facing one of the most productive rushing teams in all of college football. I see them losing this game because of their inability to stop the running game.
Thanks, guys. Should be an exciting game. Now let's get down to midfield where they're ready for the coin toss. Miami lines up to kick this one off, and we're just about set to get underway. He sends this one deep. Number 3 fields it in the end zone. Less than 2 to go in our first quarter of play. The score, Miami 2, Texas nothing. They're lined up for the free kick following that safety. Number 93 fields at the 41. A good return there, guys.
I'll tell you what, the blocking was tremendous on that play, Coach.
You're absolutely right. He made some good moves, but the blocking was solid.
They'll start this drive at the 50-yard line.
First and 10.
Number 11 with 3 wide receivers. On the ground, up the middle. Spin move. Number 8 brings him down at the 40-yard line. A 10-yard gain. Second and less than a yard. Ball on the 40-yard line. Number 11 comes to the line with 3 wide. Number 9 with a catch. Inside the 20. And they finally bring him down at the 11-yard line. And the wideout gets a chance to show what he can do.
Oh, he sure does, and he doesn't disappoint either. Great athletic ability.
Guys, here's another look at that nice pass.
Okay, this was a nice pass and a nice catch. But the impressive thing about this play is how the receiver just kept on going after he caught the football.
It's first and 10. We'll see what they can do in the red zone.
First and 10. Ball on the 11-yard line.
The Hurricanes line up with 3 wide. Complete. Number 3 with a takedown at the 5-yard line. 5, maybe 6 on that screen pass. Miami sets up in the eye. Number 40, the ball carrier, and it pays off. Touchdown. Looks like that one caught him by surprise.
I think they're expecting the ball to go to the halfback, not the fullback. That's a great call.
Check out the replay on that one. And he hits the PAT. Under a minute now in the first quarter. And the score, Miami 9, Texas nothing. Miami ready to kick this one off. Number 12 and number 3 back to return. He kicks it. Number 3 fields it in the end zone. He should have downed it there.
Yep, like they say, hindsight is 20/20. It looked good early, but it got real bad late.
They'll get the ball here at the 11. 4-3 defense. Number 2 drops back. Looking. Rolls right. He's going to try and scramble. Fires a bullet out to the right. Number 6 bats it down. Great defensive play by the cornerback. Second and 10. Ball on their own 11. The Longhorn come out showing 3 wide. Drops back to pass. And they couldn't hook up on that one. Turkey just let that one get away from it.
Yeah, and you can see he wants that one back. That's a throw this guy can make in his sleep.
Third down and 10 coming up. All on their own 11. Miami lines up in a dime defense here. Looks. He scrambles. Fires a bullet over the middle. Batted away. That'll bring up 4th down.
4th down, and let me say one thing. This defense was up to the task that time in shutting down the pass play.
Yeah, they shut it down, and they got the 3 and out they were looking for.
It's 4th down and 10 yards to go. Ball on their own 11. Texas lining up the punt. Steps up in the pocket. He's looking. He's rolling left. Under heavy pressure. Throws a lob pass out to the left. And he dropped it. I wonder why they went for it there.
Me too. It's still early in the game to have to gamble like that. You have to question the play calling there that puts a lot of pressure now on their defense.
They'll take over at the 11.
Take over at the 11-yard line. First and 10.
The Longhorns use a 4-man front here. On the ground, right side. He tries to spin. Number 95 brings him down at the 3. That's a gain of 8. After a quarter of play, our score is Miami 9, Texas nothing. We are ready to start quarter number 2. Let's see if they can take this one in for 6. And he's got the touchdown. And that's the second rushing touchdown of the game for the fullback.
The offensive coaches had a game plan for this guy, and it's worked very well to this point.
And he tacks on the extra point. So with less than 2 to go in the second quarter, our score is Miami 16, Texas nothing. Miami to kick. Number 12 and number 3 back deep to return. Not a real deep kick, should be returned. Number 3 takes it at the 4. They'll go to work at the 18-yard line. Miami lines up defensively in a 4-3. Number 2 steps back to pass. He's looking for his man. Incomplete pass. He overshot his halfback that time. It's second down and 10 to go. Ball on the 18-yard line. Three wideouts here. Back to pass. Looking. Rolls to the right. He lobs it out to the right. And it falls incomplete. He just let his wide out a little too much that time. Third and 10. Ball on the 18-yard line. Miami comes out defensively with 6 defensive backs. Looks. Rolling out to the right side. Lets it go. Incomplete. It looks like he overthrew him on that one.
I'll tell you, I think the quarterback got rid of that one too quickly, Kirk.
Well, Coach, you're right. They need to work on their timing a little bit more.
Fourth down and 10. Ball on the 18-yard line. Number 6, the return man. Didn't get all of that one. They'll down the punt at the 48-yard line. They'll start this drive at the 48. Number 11 with 4 wide receivers. Number 11 back to pass. He passes it. And it's caught. Number 8 with a takedown at the 35-yard line. And a nice catch by the wideout that time. It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 35-yard line.
First and 10. Ball on the 35-yard line.
Number 11 back in the gun. He drops back. He lets it go. Complete. Inside the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Hurricanes. They went deep there, and did they have good luck with it?
Boy, I'll say, that was a great touchdown catch by the wide receiver.
I got to see that touchdown again.
Yeah, Brad, this is really a good-looking throw by the quarterback and a nice catch, too. They were definitely on the same page there.
And he hits the PAT. So with just over a minute to go in the half, the score, Miami 23, Texas nothing. Miami is ready to kick it away. Number 12 and number 3 deep to return. Kicks it deep. Number 3 fields it in the end zone. Spins upfield. They'll get the ball here at the 26. Number 2 comes to the line with 3 wide. He's on the run. He's rolling right. Deep pass down the left side. Intercepted. They're really digging themselves in a hole now. That interception was not what they were looking for. The Longhorns are going to take a timeout, and they've got 2 remaining. 1st and 10. Ball on their own 38.
Ball on the 38-yard line.
The Hurricanes line up in an I formation. Drops back to pass. He throws it. Number 2 hangs on to it. Recovered by the defense. And that fumble recovery might give this defense the spark they've been looking for.
Game of college football is about emotions, and that could be a huge swing in momentum.
Let's look at that one again. They'll take over at the 37-yard line. The Hurricanes line up in a 3-4. Back to pass. Lofts this one out to the right. And they're going to rule him out of bounds.
Number 82, the intended receiver on the play.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 37.
Ball on the 37-yard line.
Texas comes to the line. Only 1 man in the backfield. He's looking. He's scrambling. He's going long. Number 80 has it. Number 25 brings him down at the 11. That's the arm strength we've been talking about all week, guys.
Yeah, and we get a chance to see it again here. Wow, what a throw.
First and 10. They're inside the 20. The Longhorns come out in the ace formation. He drops back. He's under pressure. He lobs it over the middle. Number 26. Tip.
3 of our dropships are en route to intercept another assault on the weapon research facility. They won't be able to hold them back for long. Get in there and help them out. Our dropships are moving in to intercept the enemy APCs. They are heavily outnumbered and need your help. Our dropships are under attack from the enemy tanks. Get over there and draw their fire. Don't forget to use your missiles. Roll to break missile lock.
Check your targets.
One of our dropships has been destroyed. You must try to protect the remaining 2. Another of our dropships has been destroyed. If the remaining one is lost, then the research facility will surely be overrun. More enemy tanks are approaching. Don't let them move within firing range of our dropships. Our last dropship has been destroyed. We have failed to repel the attack. Mission failed.
は強いぜ。
さあおいで。
Get ready, fight! Winner!
秒殺よ。
Get ready, fight! KO!
お前は好きだらけだ。
存分に参られ。
さあおいで。
Get ready, fight! Great!
無様だな。
Get ready, fight! Greatest!
うせな。
そんじゃ行くよ。
さあおいで。
Get ready, fight! Winner!
遅すぎるわ。
Get ready, fight! Winner!
最高のステージになりそうね。さあおいで。
Get ready, fight! Winner! Get ready, fight! Great!
無様だな。
usual.
Lights! Camera!
Everybody was kung fu. All over my voice.
Hey, you! Punch face! That's a wrap!
This world was green, much like my own, before they burnt it black. We came, bringing fire and retribution. Our footsteps will shake the ground. And they will tremble with fear. We didn't want this war, but peace will never come until every last one of them has fallen.
Airborne. Nothing but white lace. Feeds it inside.
Alley-oop. That makes it a 5-point ball game.
Boom! Down it goes. Pass intercepted. Brought down by Smith. Gets rejected. Hook shot and scores.
That's a nice hook shot.
Tackled by Simmons.
I have to warn you, young cadet. You're about to step into a living nightmare.
Concentrate.
No.
find young Dazu. I must avenge my father's death.
Cut it out, guys! You must not succumb to the evil path.
I shall take your power for the Chion.
Their civilization was conquered. Their world was taken away. Their freedom was but a faded memory. And under the bloodthirsty rule of a vile empire, the tournaments were waged with a ferocity as had never before been seen. For the vanquished race, right must be restored. For the vanquished race, a new champion must rise. Whether battling alone in a deathmatch, or as a member of an online clan defending hard-won territory, the champion will require supreme skills, as he will be tested as none have ever been tested before. Traversing a world of hostile terrain and unexplored levels, he will be pitted against all manner of competitors. And he will be armed with weapons of untold power as he rises from the ranks of a common fighter, to one day wear the armor of the Emperor's Praetorian Guard, and on that day, the vanquished will be victorious.
Today's contestants!
Still on top.
Take some of this.
Man is in the lead. Charity is holding on to the lead. Oh, watch out!
Wow, Lucy!
And Lucy wins it!
I dominate this game.
Hi, so my name's Alex Seropian. I'm a founder of Bungie.
Hi, I'm Hamilton Chu. I'm producer on Halo.
This is Halo. We've been working on this game for, a little over 3 years now. This is a project we started after Myth of Fallen Lords came out. And it's evolved a ton in that amount of time. It started as it was a really small team of a couple of engineers basically working on some technology that they were going to use for an RTS game. And at some point in those early stages, they wanted to go back to some of our Bungie roots, like Marathon, and started working on what they could do with combining some of the stuff we learned on Myth with some of the action elements of a game like Marathon. And that was sort of the first part of Halo's evolution. And in the years that followed, a lot of things happened where, like recently, we got acquired by Microsoft, so we had an opportunity to refocus and move from the PC world to the console world, which is something we've been interested in doing for a long time. That's had a real profound effect on the way we think about the game, and the way that we design the game, and a lot of the decisions that we've made recently. It's really given us the opportunity to focus on making the game graphically really rich and play really well. I think it's pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff we've learned along the way too with process. This is definitely the biggest team that we've ever had working on a game. It started off, like I said, really small, and it now encompasses all of Bungie.
Like Alex said, this is by far the largest team and project that Bungie's ever done. The story in Bungie games has always been a really big thing for us and something that our fans have really appreciated, so it's always a big part of everything we get into. I think we used it to a really good effect in our first level.
Yeah, speaking of effects, you see the sun coming through the trees right there?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think everybody else in their commentaries have talked about how cool that is.
But did they talk about Bernie? Because Bernie did that. Jason
Yes.
calls him the little monster. He's just a coding maniac.
It's all about having coding maniacs.
Yeah.
They're
You know,
really
we had a
helpful.
party last week at Jason's house. Bernie showed up with his laptop and he coded the whole time.
That's part of why we like Bernie so much.
That's what makes him a little monster.
That and the food he eats. There's some more cool effects. So this is A30, a level that Marcus Leto did, our art director. It's really cool. The outside vistas in Halo, I think they're among the best that I've seen in any game.
As are the interiors that we're seeing here. These are pretty cool as well.
This one's done by Chris Barrett.
That's pretty cool because Chris didn't actually start off working on Halo. He was working on a different project.
That's true, and we're really glad he did some stuff for us because this interior stuff and the snow outside stuff that you see later, it's all Chris, and it looks cool. And it's really different from the other stuff we've done.
It's very different.
So it really added some good variety and showed us some stuff that we could do with our engine that we didn't know before. Looks like we're running through all the weapons here. The weapons were designed by Rob McLeese.
Rob was actually one of the first people that we hired at Bungie. He's been here for 6 years. He's really into guns.
Yeah, and he just got married, which is kind of weird.
He married somebody who works here too.
Yeah.
A woman, Lorraine.
Yes, we have a woman.
She's married though.
Yes, yes. And now it looks like we're running through the characters here. Here's the Jackal. A while ago, you could shoot through his shield pretty easy, but then we made his shield really fairly impenetrable.
Yeah,
that made it really nasty.
That's a stealth lead. That
really stealth effect's really cool. That's Bernie again.
Yeah.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah, Bernie did a lot of the cool shaders that are in the game. This Hunter character is really cool.
He's got these spines that they'll twiddle when he's nervous. And he's got this cool neck that you can see when he dies.
He's got a real soft spot on him. You could actually kill him one shot
Yeah,
with the pistol
shot in the back. Bink.
But that's not to say he's a wuss or anything, because he could kill you real
like
easy.
This.
Yeah. So this was sort of some of the outside stuff that Hamilton was talking about. Chris Barrett did. I was going to say, like, that's one of the cool things about Bungie is we've got this real open environment, and like we can grab somebody like Chris Barrett and Dan, who are both working on different projects, and we can sort of enlist them into Halo, and they can contribute in a really important way like this. That's really cool. Damn, snow is cool.
Yeah, maybe we should actually talk about what's going on the screen.
The story in our games have always been really important, and like when we decided to announce the game, basically we tried to tell a story with a cinematic. That's when we went to Macworld and Steve Jobs sort of unveiled Halo for the first time. That got us a lot of mileage out of that trailer that we did for that announcement.
Because you're getting to see a lot of the vehicles here. Vehicles are a pretty fundamental part of Halo. I feel like it's what adds a lot to the whole first-person shooter experience, and it adds a lot to your combat experience.
Really makes the game unique. That's one of the things that we've tried to do in all the games that we've made. Like if you look back through our gameography, like, you know, Myth really was the first strategy game that had real 3D in it.
Yeah, something that you referred to before with the engineers and the artists working closely together. I think it's worth talking about that again. I think that's really a big part of why our stuff can look so good, is because the artists and the engineers really do talk to each other a lot, and more than that, they each understand the process that the other party is going through, and the issues that the other party is dealing with, and that really lets them do a lot. The artists understand the tools such that they can take it farther than the engineers envision it going, and the engineers understand the artist's needs so that they can come up with new tools for them to use that the artists wouldn't have suggested themselves. So a lot of the cool effects that you see here is a lot of different things working together, the shaders and the light maps and the bump maps.
Do you know we did Marathon with like 5 guys?
Is that so, really?
Yeah.
5 guys. And is that including you? Because then it's really like...
We want to change the way people think about games, not just gamers, but parents and teachers and everybody. We think that games are a significant part of our culture, our worldwide culture. It's not just a pastime for kids anymore. Games are mainstream entertainment, more so every single day. But we're at this kind of tipping point right now where, I always hate to say this because I love comic books, but we could go the way of the comic book. We could become marginalized and, just become entertainment for kids now and forevermore. Or we can take our place with movies and literature and television and, more, I can't believe I just described television as a respected medium. But anyway, we can take our place as real significant adult entertainment. And I think in order for us to do that, we have to stop looking to the past. We have to stop looking to, our old Dungeons and Dragons campaigns and stop looking to previous games for inspiration and start thinking about what we can do that no other medium can do. The other thing that's really interesting to me is the academics are starting to pay attention to us, I mean, I'm doing a lot of work with people from MIT and Northwestern and USC and UCal Irvine and, I mean, DigiPen and Full Sail. There are schools that are now teaching game studies. I mean, who would have thought? And that sounds horrible and, oh my God, people are going to start talking about semiotics or something at some point, but it's really kind of cool because those guys are like the cultural gatekeepers. They're the ones who decide this is important, this is not. They're the ones who are going to be going to Joe Lieberman in Congress and saying, no, this is not just about violence. This is not just about, using sex to sell games. There's something else going on here. This is a part of our culture. It's important. Back off. I don't buy the argument that there are console gamers and PC gamers. I don't buy it for 1 second. Here's the deep, dark secret. I played one PC game from start to finish last year. I played so many more hours of console games last year than I did PC games, it's not even funny. Everybody in the studio has a rockin' PC on his or her desk, and we all have console games at home, okay? The audiences are coming together. The kinds of games we're making are directly in line with what PC gamers want, what console gamers want, what gamers want. In most games, what happens is, a player says, "Wasn't it cool when that monster burst through the window and you got out your BFG and you killed it? Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, it was cool when I did that too." In our games, what happens is, someone will say, "Wasn't it cool when that monster burst through that window and I got out my BFG and I killed it?" And someone will say, "Monster? What monster? I never saw a monster. I'll have to go back and try that again, a different way, and see if I can get the monster to burst through the window." Our games are all about your experience being unique. The most validating thing that's happened in the last couple of years was the release of Grand Theft Auto 3. That game came out on the PS2, and it's coming to every other platform in the world now, obviously, and completely validated everything we were trying to do. It validated not just in general terms that players want a deep simulation that they can interact with however they want, but it validated the idea that console gamers are as into this as PC gamers always have been. So we think we're in the right place at the right time with the right idea, and our whole manifesto is built around the idea of creating great immersive simulation games. We don't think of ourselves as shooters or action games or role-playing games or anything except immersive simulation games. What we try to do is we try to set up a cool overall story. In Deus Ex, you're J.C. Denton, Deus Ex 1. You're J.C. Denton, you've got a brother Paul, you work for UNATCO, you go on a bunch of missions. Oh my God, they've turned against me. That kind of storytelling stuff we own. That belongs to us. But the minute-to-minute gameplay, how do you respond to UNATCO turning against you? How do you respond to the fact that the bad guys might not be the bad guys. That's all up to you. You know, there are two guys standing there. Do you kill them? Do you sneak past them? Do you talk to them? That's all up to you. And we think that player-controlled, free-form sort of gameplay is really powerful. It's what games do that no other medium does. And it's kind of the foundation of everything we try to do in the studio. When you play a game, it shouldn't be about how clever the designer was. It shouldn't be about, oh my God, what a cool puzzle. Wasn't that neat the way the designer created something and I solved it? It should be about you in a game world, interacting with that game world the way you want, making a plan, executing it, and you get to be creative. Players get to be creative. The thing that gets everybody in the studio excited is when players collaborate with us in the telling of a story. The world is ready for it. The key is making the gameplay accessible, which we now know we can do. And so, you know, a year from now, we rule the world. That's our master plan, you know?
Mace Griffin, the High Council finds you guilty as charged. The sentence will be 10 years. The place of incarceration will be Kaseth Penal Colony.
Didn't you listen to a word I said? We were set up. They were waiting for us.
You will accept the Council's decision. Take him away!
You are in restricted space. If you maintain your current course, we will open fire.
In space. On land. Across the galaxy. I will hunt them down.
Boys, take time and elevate your mind. We came to rock the spot. Rock the spot. Girls inside, just let your nature rise. We came to rock the spot. Rock the spot. Now Gabby got the the verbal that'll get your little wifey out of girdle in a session with me, lighting up a little herbal turtle shell skull. Individuals that listen to me word it well, given to the rapper who is driven to be heard in hell. In the highest team, I get you drunken than your bourbon, L, liquor, malt, my assault, learned it well. Turning tables of time with my perception, building stables of rhymes. Hear my reflections on a little life I'm living in a universe with no beginning to it, so it ain't an ending. And at times I get the digging into infinite subliminally spirits hit a nigga with the gift and send it riveting from me. In addition, this thought has just touched ground. Rappers' organizations get shut down. Not that I don't wanna see my brother succeed, but rappers like a sport I dominate, so follow my lead. I be the G-I-F-T, test me, hefty, left speed, getting swung, cruise like a jet ski. Up in your apartment and flop on your couch, y'all. Undisputed heavyweight lyrical southpaw. Boys, take time to elevate your mind. We can't rock the spot. Rock the spot. Girls inside, just let your nature ride.